Welcome back, everybody. It's Untap Your Go, and this is day 2 without the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and get this replaced by the end of the day, I promise. But in the meantime, I wanted to bring you guys another deck. We are playing Scaly Manfish, aka Merfolk, in Historic, and obviously I'm gonna kick off the deck with Collect a Company. This is like a channel favorite, I think, at this point. I play this in a lot of decks, but it also just conveniently works very well with what we're trying to do. All of our creatures cost 3 or less, and we just want to try to go as wide as possible and put in the pressure and get under our opponents. So we're playing all 4 copies of Merfolk Mistbinder to pump our team, as well as all 4 copies of Mirror Regery to pump the team. And this gives us some interaction and some pseudo ramp. Whenever we cast our Merfolk spells, we can tap or untap target permanent. So we can tap our opponent's permanents if we need to. We can untap our own, aka our lands, if you want, so we can try to cast more and more Merfolk in one turn. We're playing a few other cards that are very reminiscent of historic or modern Merfolk. So we're playing Kira, Great Glass Spinner, 2 in the main board, and 2 in the sideboard. If our creatures were to become spells or become target of spells or abilities for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. So this is really going to help slow down our opponents. All of our creatures require 2 targeted removal to deal with, and this is a really good target to hit off of Collect a Company. And then another creature that also sort of pumps our team is Kumena. This is really good because you can tap 1 to give it unblockable, you can tap 3 to draw a card, and you can tap 5 untapped Merfolk to put a counter on each Merfolk you control. So this is really good to hit off of Collect Company as well, especially if we have a board state, because we can tap and then all on our opponent's end step, and then all of our Merfolk are going to untap with their crazy power and hopefully close out the game. And then we're also playing 3 copies of Realm Walker. This is a Merfolk. It's got Changeling, so it has all creature types. We choose Merfolk when it comes into play, and then we can cast Merfolk off the top of our library. This is amazing for what we're trying to do, and this is a great new addition from Kaldheim. Getting into the rest of the deck, we're playing 4 copies of Merfolk Trickster. This is a 2/2 for 2 with flash, and when it enters the battlefield, you tap target creature an opponent controls, it loses all abilities. So if we need to tap an opponent's creature before combat, we can tap it during combat, it loses the ability, and then we can just block it. So if it's a creature with indestructible or something, we can hopefully remove it that way. 4 copies of Merfolk Branchwalker. This is just a pretty decent rate, a 2-mana 2/1 that can be a 3/2, and it draws you a card essentially. Exploring is pretty strong. It's going to help us find lands or permanents if we need to. 2 copies of Mistcloaked Herald. This is a 1-mana 1/1 that can't be blocked, as well as 4 copies of Kumena Speaker, a 1-mana 1/1 that is a 2/2 as long as we control another Merfolk or an island. So if we play this on turn 1 with a Breeding Pool, it's just automatically a 2/2. In the mana base, we just have our mix of basics, our mix of duels, and we're also playing all 4 copies of Unclaimed Territory. This will tap for the 4th mana for Collect a Company, so we don't have to worry about that. That's why I chose this over Ancient Ziggurat. Getting into the sideboard, we have 4 copies of Grafdigger's Cage. If you're going up against like Tibalt's Trickery or like something that just plays off the top better than we do, we can just side out the Collect a Companies altogether, bringing in the Grafdigger's Cage, and play more of a fair, like, low-to-the-ground aggro deck. We have 3 copies of Heroic Intervention against board wipes. Our deck falls apart to board wipes. Two more copies of Kira Great Glass Spinner out of the sideboard to protect our creatures in control matchups. 2 copies of Mystical Dispute, and all 4 copies of Frilled Mystic. This is a... Wait a minute. Frilled Mystic's not even a Merfolk. I've made poor life decisions. Alright, so Frilled Mystic's not a Merfolk. I thought it was, but I just made a quick adjustment. 1 extra copy of Mystical Dispute, and 3 copies of Snakeskin Veil to be able to give our creatures hexproof. You could actually play this in the main board. It wouldn't be bad, but our Spell Pierce is going to help shore up a lot of that problem. And that is Merfolk, aka Scaly Manfish. Let's take us in the arena and drown some opponents. Going into game 1 against I Am Zeus. So our dad Zeus is a piece of crap. He's really abusive and he likes to chain people to rocks and stuff. So we're going to beat him down. We're going to try to anyway. I think this opening hand is pretty good. The Merfolk Mistbinder is good. We're not doing anything on 1. Thankfully, neither is our opponent. I guess I'll lead off with an island. Threaten like a Spell Pierce. I don't know. Alright, so up against Jund for our first matchup. So this is going to be interesting. I imagine that we'll see a shock here. Oh no, maybe not. Heartless Act though. Eliminate. So many options. Oh god, what is this? 4-color temples? What we will do is play Kira, I think. Yep. So it sticks. Now if our opponent wants to use targeted removal, they're going to have a hard time. They're going to have to board wipe. I could have also played the Mirror Regery to get some extra damage in. That's okay. Are we really playing against 4-colored temples right now? What's the payoff here? Like, why not just play Gates? Wow, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yep. That sure is a Galta you have there, buddy. We're gonna name Merfolk. How can we stop this? Can we actually live? So we can play the Trickery and a Commander's Speaker. Tap it down, get in some damage. I mean, it's not bad. So push in for 5. So our opponent can hit us down at 12, but we're at 3, 6, 10, 12. So we just need to find like one more Lord off of our collected company and we can win the game. It'd be a long shot, but we have a chance. Galta might have been one of their weakest hits. I'm sure they're playing like Ulamog and other things. Oh, you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. All right, well, let's take a shot in the dark here. We're just gonna go ahead and play the Merfolk, and I guess we'll tap their black source. And we'll play this. Yep, opponent gives it up. Wow, that was really lucky. We got very lucky drawing into that Mistbinder. Going into game 2 against that guy, and I'm pretty sure this is a good hand. So we're going to keep it. Lead off Botanical Sanctum and the Commander's Speaker. What? Is this glitched? As long as you control another Merfolk or an island. Our opponent playing an island gave us the +1? I'm sorry, opponent. I don't even... I mean, to be fair, we're going to have the island anyway. So there it is. But that's definitely interesting. I wonder if Wizards knows about this, like, little thing. Can we report this somehow? Alright, so we're up against Mono Blue Tempo. This is going to be a little bit difficult. If we draw into the right cards, we'll be fine. Botanical Sanctum off the top's not bad. Alright, so we're applying the pressure. They're probably going to get a Curiosity. Or a Spectral, not a Spectral, Curious Obsession. Oh, I guess not. Another Storm Tamer, though. So we do have Unclaimed Territory. We have Collected Company mana. They're definitely holding up a counterspell, though. Or at least something with Flash. I think we try to attack here. See if maybe they'll try to flash in something. No? Okay. We have to hold up the Collected Company. See if we can catch them on tapping out. Ooh, looks like we might. Perfect. Both pretty good hits. Merfolk, yeah, it doesn't really do much for that. So we'll go ahead and do the nice speaker. Put some extra power into play. Yeah. Okay. Just say, opponent, you might want to hold them up. No. Okay, they gotta have something. Another unsubstantiate, probably. Well, the land doesn't necessarily matter. Well, yeah, let's just try to flood the board. They have to counter our stuff. So we'll start tapping their lands, I guess. Oh, they don't have anything. Okay, cool. Good game. Going into game 3 against Luis Pico Burr, and we have a good hand. Alright, opponent's taking a mulligan. Okay, it's Tibalt's Trickery. Yep. Okay, so our opponent can keep a hand pretty good. Turn 1 mountain. Or is it going to be a temple? See, like that temple, man, that guy that played all 4 temples, that actually kind of, that worries me. It seems like people are starting to really take some serious time investing into making that deck good. And the better that deck gets, the more scary it becomes. We're going to play the Branch Walker first. Yeah, we want that on top. I mean, I could go for the Mistbinder to get the most damage, or I can maximize my mana with Kamena. Well, let's get in for the damage first if we're gonna do that. Let's attack for 3. Still not sure what our opponent's on. This could actually be the Neoform deck too. Plays Stormcaller, Neoform, and like what's the double cast mage? I can't remember his name. MERFOLK. We're gonna name MERFOLK. Well, we're just gonna get in. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. We don't even need to commit to the board anymore. We can just force them to have to deal with our permanents and then follow up with the Collected Company. Yeah, there it is. So we can wait to see what they hit. If they hit nothing, we're fine. If they hit Ulamog, we can cast the Collected Company in response to them targeting the lands or the creatures. Or we can Mistbinder and tap, or Trickster, I mean, and tap it down. Let's see. Well, that's not bad. It gets hexproof. Yeah, that actually really sucks. Okay, so we're gonna have to collect a company. Kira's good. Mistbinder's really good. I think we have to try to beat our opponent, like right here. Oh, this might be enough. Oh no, we didn't draw our land. Actually, this is pretty good. Target opponent, tap all target opponent. So this doesn't stop our stuff. Alright, so this doesn't stop them from tapping the stuff, but it will stop from gaining control of our stuff. Well, I guess we just play the Mirror Regery then. Should we all attack here? No, it doesn't really make sense to, right? So we'll just attack for 2. Pass it up. We can tap our permanents to draw a card. Might as well do that now. Alright, so none of our stuff on taps. Definitely in a scary position. Migratory Path, huh? Opponent's deck's a little clunky. Alright, so I guess at this point we just go wide. Oh wait, we can untap all of our permanents and just win. I think. Maybe. So that's 5. Yeah, well we have to get in for the 6. So we're going to untap our dude again. Push him down to 4. And then we have our Trickster. It doesn't really matter because it, you know, it has hexproof, but we can flash it in. Opponent can't gain control of anything. I mean, they could take our lands. Yeah, well, they... Nice. Alright, opponent hit us with a good game. Good game, opponent. Going into game 4 against Town, and again with pretty exceptional opening hand. Yeah, we'll actually just lead off with the island and Mistcloak. Play the breeding pool on 2, save the life, and play the other Miscloaked Herald if we don't find a 2-drop. Scroll of Avacyn for our opponent, sacking it right away. So we did not, we found another breeding pool. Righteous Valkyrie, okay, so we're up against angels. Clearly. Play the Hinterland Harbor. I could play the Realm Walker to try to find some more cards. Or more creatures. I think I'm just going to play Kamena here and draw a card. So we'll actually pass. We'll draw a card at the end step. We could have poked them for 2, but that's not super relevant. They're going to gain a ton of this life back. Double Valkyrie, that's pretty good. Yeah, so let's draw a card. Another Kamena off the top, it's not super good. Alright, so we can play the Collect Company on the combat. Hopefully we can find a, if we can find a Merfolk Trickster, we can get rid of all the abilities on one of the Valkyries and try to kill it in combat. Yeah, I think we have to, because otherwise they're going to take over this game pretty quickly. They have a lot of life gain. Alright, so now they actually gain 8 life here, so these are both going to be 4 6s. Or no, 6 8s. Wait, how does this work? Yeah, 6 8s. Jesus Lord. Okay. And their creatures have hexproof thanks to Shalai. Yeah, we're super dead. Well, we're fire off the Collected Company anyway, I guess. Choose Merfolk for the Realm Walker. Oh man. So I guess we tap all 5. We're in a lot of trouble here. We're super dead. I guess let's fire off Collect the Company. Double Trickster off the top. Yeah, I guess it's Mistbinder and a Trickster. Tap the Shalai. We'll tap the Trickster since it can't attack. And yeah, I mean it's still not enough, but this is I think the best that we had on the backswing. Yep, I mean we chunked them down pretty good. If they weren't playing a life gain strategy, they would have been much closer to 0 here, but this is a pretty good deck. Righteous Valkyrie and Shalai, that's a really good interaction. Shalai getting some recognition. Yep, another Shalai for a blocker. And yeah, I actually completely misunderstood that situation, so us stealing the damage brought their life total down, so they stopped getting the bonus from the Righteous Valkyrie, so one of their Valkyries died. Can't believe it took me that long to realize that. Mirror Regery off the top is pretty good. Go ahead and tap their Shalai. Tap the Branch Walker to make this unblockable. Yeah, let's just get in like that. Alright, opponent's down to 4. Wow, I actually really thought we had this. I really thought we were defeated this game. That Collect the Company kind of saved our butts. Their Splendid Angel is not bad though, so they're going to gain 3. Back up, they have a little bit of a blocker. And Johnny, okay. Wow, we actually managed to pull a victory on this one. This was a good game. This is kind of cheeky. I wonder if this will work. So we play the mana. So we'll have to tap the Shalai. It's the only creature we can tap. Take action, tap, resolve. In response. Oh no, they don't let me do it. Okay. I was going to try to tap the other Kamena in response, but it doesn't work. So we'll take off full control. Doesn't matter. So we'll just tap the Mirror Readery. And untap it. Merfolk. Just all attack here. Sort of to make sure that at least these 3 can't be blocked, so get as much damage as possible, go wide. Wow, we actually were able to close out that game. That was pretty good. That was pretty close. Right, going into game 5 against, I'm not even going to try. We're going to mulligan, I think, because just having the Merfolk Branchwalker on 2 is okay, but we don't have anything else to follow up with until, well, actually, do we just like bank on double Collect a Company? I mean, we are playing like 30 creatures. Yeah. What an awkward hand. It's like really good, but it's not. What's our draw? Oh, wow. Okay, we're in this. That was actually a pretty lucky draw for us. Our 5th opponent and final opponent seems like they're on Azorius. Oh yeah, they're totally on Azorius. Straight up control. So these 2 Collect Companies might not even resolve. Kira, though, that's a great draw for us. We're going to pay the 2 life. This is actually really good for us, too, because it'll help find some more creatures against this matchup. Alright, let's go to combat first. Okay. So they cycled a counter. Alright, so they could have a board wipe here, right? Like, they could be playing Wrath of God, Shatter the Sky, Doom Scar, but that costs 5. I feel like if we resolve Kira, it's going to make it really hard for our opponent outside of a board wipe, though. So we're going to risk it. Opponent's reading it. No, we'll just pass it up, I think. We can just hold up these Collected Companies now. Opponent cycled. I could fire this now, but if they have a board wipe, we're just dead on board again. So I think we just wait. Opponent's digging for the board wipe, so they don't have it. If we fire this, we can like almost ensure victory next turn or the following. But if we run this out now and they do find the board wipe, we're going to lose our creatures. So it's kind of risky. I don't know if I want to actually... I don't think we want to try to risk that yet. They didn't find it. Well, in response to that, we're going to definitely collect a company. I would have to. I guess if they have the counterspell, they get a free counter here. Yep. Alright, so we waited, and the collect company... I guess we should have fired it. I was just panicking. I didn't want to run into a board wipe. That would have felt bad. Choose Merfolk. Doesn't matter. We can at least know what's on top. Nice. And this is why you play Kira. Kira the Great Glass Spinner, guys. This card's amazing. We missed this one up a whole tier in today's video. Welcome back to the wrap up, everybody. If you made it this far, it means you've watched my whole video, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Today we went 5-0 for a completely undefeated finish with Scaly Manfish. Turns out Merfolk is pretty good right now, so I'd really highly suggest giving this deck a try. It's a lot of fun to play. Kira the Great Glass Spinner is fantastic. Like, every game we've seen it, it just was a nuisance for our opponent. We actually had one of our own abilities countered in the video, but we were still able to get our we tried to untap our Merfolk Branchwalker, but we were able to untap it again with our Mirror Regery. But regardless, Kira the Great Glass Spinner put in a lot of work for this video, and so did Kumena, just drawing some cards and putting the counters on all of our creatures. And of course, we already know Mistbinder putting in the work with the counters, or the +1, and Collect a Company just being the all-star of like every green X creature-based deck ever. But that is Scaly Manfish. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment, the bell, all that good stuff. And I'm Rob, aka On Type Your Go, and it's been real, everyone. I will see you guys in the next video.